What's up, guys? Coach Shelby here, and I'm back for the fourth and final week talking to you this week about planning to be effective. And what does planning to be effective mean? Planning to be effective means that you take time to actually sit down and structure out your day and what you're actually trying to accomplish. And accomplish meaning you actually need to get some type of a result. You need to be effective. You need to get something done to be able to move on. And in terms of planning, you want to think about trying to be productive and effective. So when you do that, you need to take a look at your normal day. And everybody's day is a little bit different. So in this example, we're simply going to talk about people's days, and we're going to use a very generic time frame. And we're going to say it's 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. You might be in school, you might be working, you might have other obligations. But we're going to use this as a time frame. So you know that during that time frame, you have something that you can do. So we're going to look at times outside either before 7 a.m. or after 4 p.m. when we can start to do things. And again, you have to start to plan this into your day. If you don't, you will never get it done. And if you think back to last week, my best piece of advice early on is to start thinking about little things that you can do. Think about the 2-minute rule and think about starting to apply that so that you can actually be effective and get something done versus just sit there and be busy. So if we take a look at the schedule and we say that, again, we're busy from 7 to 4, perhaps we have a window from 4 to 5 p.m. Maybe we have a 5 p.m. practice that we have to go to. So in that window between 4 and 5 p.m., there's a lot of things you can get done. There's a lot of 2-minute intervals in there that you can actually get something done. Plan on whatever it is, and again, remember, these need to actually support your goals that we talked about. So if we use the quickness example, we can, if we use the scoring example, we can start to think about a couple things. One, we can think about quickness, right? We talked about trying to become an all-star, all-state, all-conference, getting more open shots, increasing your scoring average. So if quickness is a piece of this, perhaps we can implement a 2-minute drill somewhere in there. That takes very, very little time, and yet is still productive and effective at supporting your bigger goal. The other thing we talked about was we talked about shooting and increasing your shooting percentage. So perhaps down here we have another chance to work on shooting form, right? And that's another 2-minute one we can implement. Perhaps the big piece for me is lifting, so I need to actually hit the weight room. Perhaps I can get a lift in. And I need to map that out. I need to think about something that I can do that is small enough and short enough that I can actually get it done. Remember, the name of the game is you need to build habits, so you need to do it first. So if perhaps it's elevated squats, it's single leg RDLs, perhaps some push-ups and pull-up variations, something that I can knock out that I know I have no excuse why I cannot get that done within an hour. You know, maybe this is a 15-minute workout, 2 minutes here, 2 minutes here. That's 19 minutes. And I'm not going to do anything else until I knock that out. It doesn't have to be at 4:01. I just know that I need to get it done before practice sometime in that window. The next thing we're going to talk about in terms of being effective is a lot of people think about just simply being busy as being productive. And you want to think about being productive, not busy. And productive and effective almost are exactly the same thing in terms of getting results. So you don't simply want to show up and you're in the weight room from 4 to 5 thinking that you're actually getting something done. Or you set the clock and you're going to do 2 minutes but you're standing there for most of the drill. That's thinking that you're busy. That's showing up to the gym, spending an hour and a half on the court and getting up 50 shots because you're out there jacking up half-court shots and you're talking to your friends and you're dribbling the ball around, you're getting a drink. You need to come in and you need to be as productive as you can, and that goes back to that planning piece. So again, utilize what we talked about the past couple of weeks. You want to think about the 2-minute drills. You want to have a plan in place. You want to think about trying to be as efficient and effective as possible, and you want little victories. You want things you can actually do that you can do repetitively, again, small enough that you can build habits with, and those habits, along with a plan, ultimately lead to effectiveness, and they help you reach your goals.